Seems we're live. Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to whichever part of the world you're joining from. Very happy to be back on with you all on DeFi live sessions. Can you see me clearly across platforms? If so, could you please drop a hi or something? I see a hi from Vijay on LinkedIn. So, hi, Vijay. If others can see me across platforms, please let me know. Okay, it says, okay, this is interesting. This is says there is some problem in taking it live on LinkedIn. That's not great because as I see there are over 600 plus attendees there. Let me just check. It seems like it says it's a platform issue with LinkedIn. I'm just trying to see what's happening there. If we're streaming live, if you can see me, please comment. Meanwhile, I'm also trying to check. Okay, there are people waiting, but it's not starting the broadcast. Strange. Let me just check. So, meanwhile, people who are joining across other platforms, are you able to hear me clearly? Could you please comment so that I get to know that yes, this is only a hassle with a single platform, which is LinkedIn. We had actually troubleshooted this one, but let me just go and post a comment there so that no one gets missed out. Please give me a moment. I'll share the YouTube link there. Okay. Okay. I have posted the link on YouTube as well. Let me post it like a fresh comment too. Okay, great. I hope people on that platform are able to see this particular comment. I'm sorry for that snag. Slightly unable to understand why it is happening, but yeah, maybe we can start off for now because it's slightly tricky for me to troubleshoot it right now. It says, oh, there's one thing that I can do. Let me just give me a moment. Okay. Um, let me just remove it. Yes. Hmm. Yes. Save changes. Okay, so now we are live on LinkedIn also. I did some workaround and we are live across platforms. So, a very warm welcome to all of you. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to whichever part of the world you're joining from. If you're watching me later on, not live, so hi to you too. I'm Mudit. I'm one of the founding members of DeFi, and I'm very happy to see you all on this Saturday, where we are joined by AI leaders who are more than willing to contribute to the community that we have here. To give you a very quick intro of what DeFi is, most of us know what DeFi is, but for those who are new into the ecosystem, let me just do that very shortly. So, DeFi is a platform where you get to learn. Let me just share my screen to give you a very quick perspective around it. Yes, I'm doing it. Yep, you should be able to see it right now. So DeFi is a platform where it's a it's a global community of AI meant to educate and build AI for all. All the learning resources that you see on the platform are 100% free and are contributed by AI leaders like Suvro, who are very much willing to contribute to the community and help in democratizing AI education for all. To give you a perspective, you can find everything from courses. You can find those details on the top navigation bar. You can find courses. These are self-paced courses that you can sign up for. These are all certification courses. You can complete the assignments and get the credential, and you can get to learn on top of it, which is more important. Apart from that, there are boot camps that we conduct. Unlike courses, boot camps start and end on a fixed date, so you'll have to be there, start it on a fixed date, and ensure that you complete it within a given period of time. The best part is that you will have a community that will be learning along. So that's somewhere where you get to learn and also contribute at the same point in time, regardless of where you are in your AI journey. And the live sessions, which is basically where we host AI leaders every week. Last bit that I want to quickly show is the AI challenges bit, where we regularly host. There are corporates also who come forward to support us, and we host AI challenges which have real world problem statements that you can participate in, and you can try to get your problem solving skills uh, to be put to test and compete in a friendly competition on the platform. This is a live competition right now. If you want to participate, you can do that. Now, I'll dive straight into this particular session where we are hosting Suvro. Now, I'll let Suvro do his own introduction because he can do it way better. And talking about the topic also, let me do that very quickly, because yeah, we have just the right person who can dive deeper into it. CPG, for those of you who do not know, who may come from a hardcore technical background and are working in a different industry. CPG is something is basically the packing industry, which is very closely related to the FMCG industry, as I understand. Suvro can maybe elaborate more on it. He's somebody who's an AI leader in the segment. He works with Colgate as he works as senior manager in the data science team at Colgate, Colgate CEO Center of Excellence. He has worked across sectors and has over 12 years of experience. He is also a proactive contributor. Has been contributing to several platforms. Has been a speaker in the past, and he has also led projects across various countries. So that's a brief intro about Suvro. And today, in this session, you can ask questions. You can learn. Towards the end, if you have any questions, you can put it across. You can put it across, and we'll be happy to take it up. I see a few comments from Mohammed asking how many users we have on DeFi. Thank you for asking it. It's That's not the prime metric that we chase, but yeah, we are a community some 100K plus strong from 150 plus countries. I see a hi from Shubhankar. Hi Shubhankar, good to see you here. We'll dive straight into the session. I'll loop in Suvro for him to take it forward. Hi Suvro, you live.
Yeah, hi, hi. So, first of all, thank you, Mudit, for giving me this opportunity. And good morning, and good afternoon, and good evening, because I think entered world. Some of people have joined from the entered world. So, really, thank you very much. So, as Mudit mentioned, I'm Mudit. Just one question: how many person are right now actually available? Because I can't see anyone. Only Mohammed and Shubhankar and some positive just mentioned. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so those basically these are our friends and community members who have
Okay.
made a post,
Okay.
made a comment. Yeah, but we are joined by yeah, we joined across three platforms generally. So on DeFi's website, on YouTube, and then the LinkedIn.
Okay. Okay. Sure. 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 Thank you. Thank you. So just you can confirm me. Is it my screen is sharing? I'm sharing my screen. Is it
Yes,
visible to everyone?
yeah, it is visible now. Yes,
Okay. Okay. So for today's session, I will take around mainly for the data science overview in the FMGC industry. So as Mudit mentioned, the CPG. CPG is the consumer product group. Actually, in the Europe, outside of India, it was called the CPG, but in India, it was called the FMGC, like the fast moving consumer goods. So FMGC, I think everyone is aware of that. It's a top leading company like Nestle, Colgate, HUL, Procter and Gamble, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo. So all are the part of the FMGC industry. So first of all, I just give you from my background. So I'm working as a senior data scientist manager at Colgate. So I am also a Google machine learning certified from the headquarter in Google in the European region for Dublin, and also I am the ISB alumni from the Hyderabad. And around I have around 13 years work experience in the analytics domain and in the different domain like the supply chain, oil industry, steel, automobile. And presently, I'm working as a CPG industry, and the previously worked also the pharmaceutical and the telecom. So right now, I'm working in the Colgate. Previously, I worked in the Atos, Shell Oil, and the Ford, and also the Mittal Steel like that. So mainly, I provided the consulting services to the help the client how the establish their business and the deeply understand their business and how it will be solved the modeling respect for the machine learning. So that is my main agenda for the everyday purpose for the work, and I'm also part of the Center of Excellence team. So here we are working closely the lots of data scientists, data engineer, MLOps, and everyone. So they are leading some couple of projects is in India respect India market. So as I inform, I am working mainly for the Colgate in the India market business. I am looking, but Colgate obviously in the globally they are sitting and they are the another market is presented, headquarter is a new one. So like that. Okay. So Mudit, is it am I audible to everyone? Just you can confirm me because I don't understand anyone.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, you are perfectly live. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Just a minute. Is it full screen is visible now?
Yes, yes, it is visible. Yes.
Okay, okay. So, as I mentioned, today's topic mainly for the FMCG industry, how data science, because everyone know that data science is very popular nowadays, and mainly it was maximum data science are coming from the banking domain, retail domain, telecom, pharmaceutical. But the FMGC right now, all the FMGC company they are set up a data science team, Central of Excellence team, data science wings, and lots of data science project they are converted in the business project to the analytics domain. So nowadays first FMGC or the fast moving consumer good sector is India is the fourth largest sector around the household and the personal care, accounting for the 50% of FMGC sales in India. And this is the growing awareness, easy access, and the changing lifestyle have been the key growth drivers for the sector. Mainly for the urban segment is the largest contribution to the overall revenue generated by the FMGC sector in India. However, in the few years of the FMGC market has grown at a faster price in the rural India compared to the urban India. But semi-urban and the rural segmentation are growing at rapid pace. FMGC product account for the 50% of total spending. So mainly the challenge, the scope for the FMGC market, if I divided the four part, like the growing demand, because nowadays, as the economics mentioned, the FMGC market in India is expected to increase at the CAGR of 14.9% to reach around US's dollar 220 billion to by 2025 from 2020 from 110 billion from 2020. So it was a huge scope for the any data science related for the because everything is the nowadays is the data and the digitally happen and the lots of attractive opportunities happen like they increase the disposable income in the rural India, low penetration level of the rural market, offer room for the growth and the some e-commerce segmentation like the Amazon, Flipkart, forecast to the contribute the 11% to the overall FMGC sales by 2030. It's a huge achievement and scope for any data science team or the data science project or the data related. So that's the reason nowadays all the FMGC company they are very much interested for the set up a new technology for the data related data science team related some like that or some of them mention like Colgate they are set up on the center of excellence team like us we are working as a COE team as a center of excellence. So that's the reason I am because I choose this today's topic for the FMCG. Now I mention what is data science. So data science, as you can see for this picture, data analyst. If I mention the data science, is the blend of the various tool, algorithm, machine learning principles. The goal to discover hidden pattern from the raw data. But how this is different from the statistician have been the doing for the years. So if you check this picture, so there I have mentioned the business administration and the exploratory data analysis, and then I mentioned the machine learning algorithm and the advanced algorithm and the data product engineering. So under the machine learning and the advanced algorithm, and also we can mention the AI or the artificial intelligence. So the first two part, if you can check the business administration and the EDA, like the exploratory data analysis, we can mention that the analyst, data analyst. So If you a data analyst, actually they usually explain what is going on by processing history of the data. And on the other hand, the next like the data scientist, not only does the exploratory analysis to discover the insight from it, but also uses various advanced machine learning algorithms to identify the occurrence of a particular event in the future. And obviously, data scientists will look at the data from the many angles, sometimes angle not known earlier. So, if you any data science primarily used to make decision and the prediction making use of predictive causal analytics and the prescriptive analytics like the predictive plus decision science and the machine learning. So if you can consider as a predictive causal analytics, it is if you want to model that can predict that possibility of a particular event in the future. So you need to apply the predictive causal analytics. If you are proving money or credit, then the probability of customer making future credit payment on time is a matter of concern for you. So there you can build a model, perform the predictive analysis of the payment history of the customer to predict in the future payment will be on the time or not. So mainly the BFSI domain, banking domain, they are using this kind of this kind of credit card analytics or like that. So next is the prescriptive analytics. One of the part is the prescriptive analytics. Is that if you want to model that has a intelligence of a taking its own decision and the ability to modify it with the dynamic parameter, or you can certainly need some prescriptive analytics for it. That is a relatively new field. It's all about the providing the advice in the advice. And in other time, it is not only the predictive but suggested range of the prescribed action and the associated outcomes. So the best example for the Google self-driving car, which I like that data gathered by the vehicles can be used to train self-driving car, but you can run algorithm on this data to bring intelligence to it, and it will be enable your car to take decision like when to turn, which one part is the take, and when is the slow down or the speed up. So that was called the prescriptive analytics. Now the part is the machine learning for the making prediction. So machine learning advanced algorithm, kind of the machine learning is a mainly supervised machine learning and the unsupervised machine learning and the reinforcement. So supervised machine learning, like already, I think lots of people are coming from the data science background, like the regression analysis. So that is the like the supervised analysis. For the unsupervised analysis, you can mention the clustering or like that. And so mainly in the industry, we are followed lots of analytics. Obviously, we can work in, but mainly it was popular regression analysis, logistic regression analysis, clustering, segmentation, some random forest, time series. So this is a very popular KNN and the SVM. This is a very popular machine learning algorithm. So machine learning algorithm for the pattern discovery, as I mentioned. So if you don't have the parameter based on which you can make prediction, so then you need to find out the hidden pattern within the data set to be able to make meaningful prediction. So this is nothing but the unsupervised model, as we don't have any predefined label for the grouping. The most common algorithm is for the pattern discovery for the clustering. So if you're working the any telecom company and you need to establish network by putting tower in a region, so then you can use the clustering technique to find those tower location, which will ensure that all the user receive optimum signal strength. So this is also for the machine learning problem. And as I mentioned, data analytics, data scientists, both are the two different role, but ultimately more data scientists is a more inside role. And next is the data product engineering role. I can explain the next slide for just a minute. So if I mention the machine learning overview, so there's a lot of definition for any team, for like our team or the any center of excellence team or any other industry. They are follow like that the use some domain leader like the senior data scientist or the senior data scientist manager, and then the data scientist, data engineer, data analyst or the business analyst, and the last is the ML machine learning engineer. So, domain leader or the senior data scientist, it's a meaning of for the leadership in the bringing the new ideas, leading the business group specific discussion, and the guiding the data scientist pool with the hands of technical experience. So mainly need to require the functional expert, expert in AI, ML technology, stakeholder management like the business problem discussion like that. They need to understand some program management. Then understand. Then need to require the responsible for the data strategy and the delivery lead. So all the criteria actually required for domain lead or the senior data scientist manager like that. Next is coming for the data scientist. So the data scientist is kind of will closely partner with the business function teams, working with the business translation into regarding the gathering the model development and the execution the guidance from the domain lead. So for data scientists, more require the feature mainly need the skill like the practitioner in AI ML, obviously some technology related, some data management from the BI, business intelligence to DS work and data scientist work engagement, and the some stakeholder management, and then the program management. Next is the data engineer. It's very important role any organization. So mainly data engineer for the creating the data pipeline from the raw system source or the BI environment, consisting of the cloud data or the warehouse to enable the analytics team. So require the skill like the data engineer from the raw data source system to cloud BI, own cloud infrastructure, some primary data transformation, some maintain data quality and the availability. Next is the part of the data analyst or the business analyst. So the business analyst role is the hands-on experience, expertise in the visualization field to help better insight delivery against the each analytic solution. Mainly the expertise in the visualization tool like the Tableau, Power BI, Domo, Google Studio, and some expertise in the SQL and the BigQuery to help to data science team the data management, data gathering, and the data query based on the and some expertise in the business dashboard and the development. Last is the ML engineer or the analytics engineer, if you consider. So it's very popular nowadays, and in the India also very popular ML engineer, and the outside India is very popular. So it is a data pipeline and the delivery data to the data scientist for use the dashboard and the model and applied software and the engineer best practice to analyze code, version, control the testing, continuous ingestion. So it's kind of the ML ops, like the expertise in the big data technology, especially in the cloud system like the AWS, GCP, Snowflake, and also need to understand the AML methodology knowledge and some data management skill is very much important. So as I mentioned, the all the part for the senior data scientist, data engineer, business analyst, ML engineer, data scientist manager. So everything actually covered under the one center of excellence team. So under that, it was a role for each 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 employee. So this is very crucial team for any organization. They are doing the business working close together. The like the all the stakeholders inside the company, like the marketing team, like the customer development team, supply chain team, HR team, some financial team. So based on their business problem, based on their criteria, what they are facing issue, so they actually build the model based on the data. So that is the main data science CEO team functionality. And so, Modi, you have any question or anyone any question? Please ask me. Then I can go to the next slide. Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, hi Suvro, you're audible. Yes.
So
Yeah,
any
Suvro, can you hear me? You're audible.
yeah, yeah. So any question from any person? I can't understand exactly because this is
No,
the
there was
first time
one
I am
question.
using this platform. Yeah.
There was one question which was which we can pick towards the end. It was by Gajanand. He was asking in the context of the previous slide that he was sharing. He has a pretty short question saying, "Is it kind of reinforcement learning?" So maybe Gajanand, if you could clarify your question a bit more, we will pick it towards the end, I believe, so that that will enable us to answer it. And apart from that, there is one question. Maybe we can. You want to answer them now, Suvro, or you want to pick them towards the end? What is your
Yeah, yeah,
preference?
yeah. So I
Okay.
have seen someone mention the Banju or someone who business use deep learning for market mix modeling. So no, so deep learning is not required for the market mix modeling. So market mix modeling is very important topic in the any CPG industry. All the CPG industry they are using the market mix modeling. It's called the MMM or like that. But mainly MMM used for the regression analysis or the Bayesian regression analysis or some rich regression analysis. We have never used the deep learning network in the regression analysis, any MMM model. So don't jump to the going to the some jargon word like the deep learning word or deep learning network or AI. So basic first you need to understand the data, statistics, and the mathematics. Then please follow the step by step. That's my request for the newcomers in the this domain because yeah, I know deep learning. If you use the deep learning, that the accuracy level is a very high CNN or the DNN if you want. But initially, you need to understand the data insight, and some, if you check the any EDA like the exploiting data analysis, you can find lots of insight. So based on that, you can understand which model actually the important or like that. So regression analysis or the any time series forecasting analysis or the clustering segmentation or logistic regression, obviously based on the data or the business, explain lots of insight of the modeling. It's not the required every time is the DNA or the CNN. Obviously CNN you can use for the image processing or the DNA. Obviously you can use for the more accuracy purposes. But in the industry, as per my understanding, maximum company they are using the market mix modeling, regression analysis, Bayesian regression analysis. Bayesian regression is very popular also, and or the ridge regression analysis like that. But DNA neural network not using too much. So what's the next question?
The next question is how much R&D in data science will increase in future in FMCG?
Yeah, it's a good, very good question. So, as I mentioned, there's a lots of scope in the FMGC industry, and honestly speaking, if you can consider around 2 3 years ago, FMGC industry not use too much data science or like that. They are not too much digital company like the other tech company or the other banking domain. So, but nowadays everyone understand without data is not possible to anything. So business team also engage with the data science or the analytics team always because they all it's required. Business knowledge simultaneously is required. Business knowledge is very much important, and then the data insight and the based on data insight how it will be reflect in your how it will be solved your problem day to day problem or whatever you are faced with previously. So that was we can consider based on the data science. So FMGC industry is a lots of like the Colgate, Mondelez, PepsiCo, they are set up a lot of data analytics, and you can check in the Google, in the LinkedIn, in the opening for the FMGC industry for the data science nowadays. Lots of opening, but if you can check around the 3 or 4 years ago, it was not happened too much like that because that time FMGC industry not too much using they are using some other party, but nowadays they are set up an in-house team in the all the FMGC top FMGC company, they are set up an in-house team in the inside the company. So that's the reason lots of opportunities there. But obviously, data science is not related in the FMGC industry. All the market is like the FMG in like banking domain, pharmaceutical domain, telecom. The huge impact and everywhere is a lot of scope. But today I took this session for the FMGC industry because, as I mentioned, it's a very few people as of now is working, not the too much people because If you can check with the BFSI domain or the pharmaceutical domain or the retail domain, lots of candidates will get from that domain or the manufacturing and the automobile industry domain. But in the FMGC domain now, like that, too much right now increasing. But obviously, within a 1 or 2 years, it will be really very boom. As I mentioned for the FMGC initially, the CAGR percentage of the industry ranking. So it's a big scope for the any data science team or the data science who are learning the data science, who are learning the analytics. So for that's the reason I can just guide it you how the FMGC they are set up the team or the what kind of skill they are looking for the data science position related. So I'm going to my slide once again.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, here the domain leader or the so technology related nowadays it's very popular because Python is very popular, R is obviously very popular, but nowadays Python is the mainly popular HR team or the any analytics team they are looking whenever any candidate they are looking the skill for the Python skill, SQL skill, and some PySpark skill because some of the huge data then, and obviously one cloud related knowledge like GCP, because in our organization we are follow the Google Cloud platform in the GCP, but another company they are follow the Azure or the AWS like that. AWS is a market leader, around the 42% or the 44% they are working. They are market leader percentage for the using. But the cloud knowledge is very much important, and nowadays is very another cloud is coming in the like the snowflakes or like many companies using the snowflakes and this is the tool related and the cloud related and obviously one dashboard related whenever if you prepare the any dashboard, so at least you have to need knowledge for the tableau or the power bi or the click view. So why the dashboard is very much important. So suppose we are working, we have completed the modeling. We can work for the inform to the business team. Business team is our stakeholder because this is our captive company, product company. We are not dependent to any other client company or like that. So internally we have the stakeholder. They are providing the business. So we will provide it the solution to convert it in the machine learning problem or the AI related like that. So but any business team or any leadership team, they are not interested too much in the insight of the statistical modeling or the jargon word like that. They are more for the top level management. They are mainly interested for the dashboard related, daily to day, what the dashboard is going on. So dashboard is the mainly, as I mentioned, the Tableau, Power BI. So that's the reason data in visualization skill, like the dashboard skill, is very much important. And if you are working that only for the engineering domain, for the data engineer or the ML engineer, it's kind of the different. That was the more coding related. But I can say that 90% is the more coding related. They are not required. Yeah, obviously business knowledge is required, but coding is the most important there. So there the TensorFlow and the PySpark, PyCharm, the lots of important coding related tool you need to learn and the big data related and the hype that kind of knowledge, that kind of skill you require for that position. So the now I next going to the use case for the data science FMGC industry. What is the mainly use cases are the follow in the data science? Any data science, any FMGC industry enter the world. So as I mentioned, our business insight using the FMGC industry, like the sales marketing is the marketing of the sales team. We are coming from the supply chain domain, customer development, some pricing domain, some HR related. So there are lots of scope we have, and the major focus project or the use case actually used in the inside they are interested for from the SEO team or the analytics team. So first I can mention the trade promotion optimization. So trade promotion optimization is very popular that in any CPG industry in the entire world. Trade promotion optimization or the price and promotion is a kind of the same word, and the MMA is the like the market mix modeling. So, if we can check the any FMGC company, they are always doing two projects. Without these two projects, any FMGC company is not possible to going to the improve their business level or like that. So, what is the trade promotion optimization? So, there are some business challenges like the identify the right price and the discount point, and the maximize sales lift and the return of investment, like the ROI. And another business challenge we have faced: the optimize the promotion to improve sales performance of newly launched any product. They are that is our business challenge, and how we can solution and we can provide the result to the stakeholder team. Obviously, it's a data related, it's a data collection, everything. It's a huge impact for the any problem for the data collection. So there are the lots of data required for the obviously for the sales related data, internal sales data. We can use also we can use the Nielsen sales data. There the scheme data is required. There the promotion data required, price data required. So the macroeconomic factor required, COVID data they are also required, like the COVID time. We use the Google mobility data. So data is very much important. Without data, you can't start any modeling. And the data the collection of the data cleaning is the one of the challenging to any company, not only the CPG, any company for the analytics project related. So the 50% to 60% time spent required for the data collection, the data cleaning prospect, because the data cleaning is the because maximum data is the unstructured and the data is not coming the raw data. It's not like that only for the in some Kaggle or analytics with the they have used sometime in some bootcamp project like the iris data or the titanic data there that was already cleaned, but whenever you can work in the any industry, so data is the major challenge there. The you not get the any expected that the data is getting the clean data. So every time you get the raw data and it's a huge problem to the clean and then summarize inside, then you need to the modeling. So modeling is not the first step. You need to first step for the data collection, proper data collection, understand the business problem, then collection the proper data, which are the variables required for this project. So data collection and the data cleansing is the most important. Then you understand some business insight or the EDA part like that. But then you can develop the model and then the model deployment, model dashboard, and then the deployment. So that is the whole circle for the any data science domain or like that. So as I mentioned, the trade promotion optimization. So we can provide the solution for an analytics testing, like we use the build a linear regression model to understand the impact of demand driver of the historical sales volume and the calculate the base volume. And we can calculate the total true cost promotion based on the individual components. And we using the calculate the ROI return of investment for the historical promo events. So that was one of the solution for the any and the obviously from based on that the result it was improved for the ROI on the trade promotion. It was gained the insight into the profitability of the promotion across the store, region, product, or also enhance the ability to benchmark the scheme performance, improve the scheme performance. So that is the major impact for the trade promotion or the price promotion project. So next is the project is the MMM, like the marketing mix modeling. As I mentioned, it was a very important project for the NEC, mainly FMGC market. Also, obviously, it was used for the pharmaceutical and the telecom. But the FMGC is the bread and butter for the any marketing mix modeling. So there the business challenge actually the calculate the ROI for the advertisement spend across the various channels like the television, print, and the web and the radio. So any FMGC company product, suppose in our Colgate, we have the lots of Colgate product in the sub brand, the Colgate, Colgate Total, Colgate Dental Cream, the toothpaste we have, the Colgate Visible White. So we have promoted that product in the advertisement whenever you will check the any IPL session or the any advertise any television or any movie or the going to the any cinema hall. You can see the Colgate ad like the other FMGC company, the Nestle, they can provide Coca-Cola, PepsiCo like that. So that is the mainly we need to find out the calculate the ROI of the advertising spend across the various channels like the television, print, and the radio and the web, and the understand the consumer behavior with regard to the explorer of the advertising. So there we have developed the analytics model and showing the impact of the various marketing campaign of sales, and we can evaluate the media effectiveness and the ROI return of investment and the simulate the what is required or like that. So mainly it was impacted for the media channel effectiveness, like the prioritize the advertisement and the promotion spend in favor of channel that provided the better ROI. So and reduce the overall spend on advertisement and the promotion. So that is it was impact the huge huge impact for the savings, huge impact, and mainly we are using the historical data. It was obviously required minimum 3 years historical data, market spend data, macroeconomic factor data, and lots of media data like Facebook data, Google. We are right now using the YouTube. So Facebook, YouTube, and the TV data, we are coming from the BARC data. So BARC data provided the GRP data. So GRP data, and they also provided the spend, and Facebook Meta actually provided the data for Facebook, Instagram, Messenger data. So, and television data, I mentioned the BARC data and the GDN, YouTube data, also DB360, they are provided the YouTube data. So that is kind of based on that media data that is called the ATL, above the line. So based on that, also we are using there the BTL, below the target line. So they are mainly using the consumer promo data, scheme data, promotion data. But majorly we are focused the any MMM or the any project for the media related. So that is our main agenda for how to improve our ROI and reduce the spend effectiveness of the advertisement. So that is mainly for the impact for the market mix modeling or the MMM. Is it any question for based on two project? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah. So yes, there are questions. So there are a few. There are multiple questions actually. So one of the questions that I want to pick is basically that Anji Neyulu has asked is basically in future will market mix modeling be performed monthly also in all FMCG to make marketing campaigns more effective? What do you think?
Yeah, obviously. Is as I mentioned, it's the campaign related. So any TV advertisement or the any campaign related is a so how it will be your impact in your because if you launch any product, but ultimately you run the campaign or the like the in the IPL session in the or in the television is the prime time like the in the night 8 to 10 p.m. is the prime time we are considered as it. So that moment, if you can provide the advertisement from the any company, that is a huge charge they are taking. It was required. So, but ultimately, what's the my impact? How it will be implement our sales? So, is it really helpful based on that moment for the 9 to 10 slot, or if I provide the same time slot in the morning and we need to provide the less amount, but ultimately sales is the same. So then obviously we can choose the morning slot. So that kind of insight, that kind of effectiveness you will get from the MMN and the campaign level. Which campaign actually working the better? Is it really workful or not? So that is actually main explanation coming from the MMN related. And the next question, Bela actually asked for the yeah, well, it's a very good question, Bela. For mention the EDA. So yeah, so EDA is as I mentioned the exploratory data analysis. So we have received the data. So and as I mentioned, data is not clean. So how we can clean the data? because model can run the unclean data or the raw data. So there we need to fine tuning the data, like there the lots of outlier treatment is required. Suppose outlier treatment means example, giving the example as a layman prospect. Suppose if I consider as the age related, demographic related data as a consider around consider only the who are the checking the advertisement. We are targeting the audience around 18 years male to 40 years male, but there you will get the information around five. Suppose get the 5 years age or the 75 years age or the 80 years age related person data. So that is called the outlier. It's the far behind the our main data. So we can delete the outlier data. Our another problem we are face the missing value. So lots of missing value is there. So we need to improve the missing missing value like the regression imputation, missing value imputation. So lots of methodology is impact. So missing value outlier treatment. Another problem is the data in the we are getting the data from suppose cloud system or the SAP. But whenever is the any person is the type in the SAP, he wrongly typed the SAP data in the data. But so then it was a big challenges for us. So that was the another problem for the EDA. That was the coming for the EDA solution. So and also we can understand some seasonality effect, like the suppose if you can you are from the any automobile company or any automobile company in the India market. Not I'm getting in the outside of India. In the month of November, highest sales is going on in the any automobile market after the Diwali or the cracking the one of the festival after Diwali it was happened. So that time sales is the booming. But if you can consider as a forecasting based on the last 1 year data or the 2 years data, you need to reduce the seasonality effect. You need to overcome that. There are some techniques, is there some moving average for the 2 months or 3 months. So you need to calculate. So seasonality, one of the challenge. So whenever we are working in the closely right now in the MMA or the price and promotion last 3 years data, we have faced the COVID data. So COVID impact is one of the last year, like the last year month of May. Last year it was happened month of May or the June, July. So that was a huge impact for the COVID impact. It's kind of the seasonality. Is the sales is sometimes is a very high or the very peak or like the very down. So that was kind of the seasonality we can follow, understand based on the EDA. So it actually it is not any method, it is not any modeling. It is mainly your data, how it will be represented in the graphical solution for the insight analysis. EDA is the graphical. So based on that, you can understand where it was some fault or like that. Was there any other question? You are in mute, Mudit. You are in mute.
Thank you for pointing it out.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so sorry. So there's one question that Sai Girish had asked in the beginning.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so that was around, I mean, that is not specific to the CPG industry, which is where I thought we can pick it
Hmm.
towards the end. He has asked if, so he's a beginner in data science, currently learning through one of the boot camps on DeFi, wants to be a data analyst in the industry. So,
Hmm.
what is any advice that you would want to give to him?
Okay. So, first of all, as per my understanding, you need to learn the statistics. Without statistics, it's not possible to come into the any data science domain. So, statistics means you need to properly understand the mean, median, mode, probability, sampling technology, some time series forecasting. So, it's very important. Any t-test distribution, ANOVA distribution, and obviously mathematics is the important part. And in the meantime, the some coding related knowledge, Python is enough if you know the Python and the SQL. So and the some one data visualization tool, as I mentioned, the Tableau or the Power BI. It's really helpful to join to the any organization. And also from your side, the your engagement is very much important, because data science is every time it's a lots of technologies coming and the improvement or like that. So and another thing you need to understand, love the data science domain and the love the data. So based on the data, so you need to find out how I can put the data inside. any top management, or they are not interested always the jargon ML modeling or the AI technology. They understand they are who are the CEO or the leadership board. They wanted to check the insight of the data and how it will be profitable in their company. It's a simple word, but you need to more practice is required, and this kind of skill, as I mentioned, coding skill is important, statistics, and then part by part you need to learn the some modeling technique, like the start the modeling regression analysis. Then you need to start the some logistic regression, some decision tree, some random forest, some clustering analysis, segmentation related, some factoring analysis, some time series for the forecasting related. So I can assure you, if you know the at least some good basic knowledge and the good insight and the for the coding skill, you will get the very at least basic job. And then obviously, whenever you join the any organization, XYZ, any organization, you can learn and develop the based on that data. Obviously, nowadays, when I was in the industry, that time is the boot camp, this kind of, it was not happen regularly. We are not getting this kind of opportunity. Nowadays, people are really very fortunate and lucky that you will get this opportunity. And also, I'll suggest if you can possible some internship, some not if you is possible unpaid industry internship, because many company not provide the paid internship. Yeah, big organization they are provide the paid internship, but like the any startup or the small company, not the very they are provided the 2 months or 3 months internship without pay. But you can, because then you can understand their data, their raw data, how it will be converted in the modeling, and ultimately stakeholder what their business objective, and it reflect the modeling. So that kind of flavor you will get from the only whenever you join the any industry. It's not possible only the learning. Yeah, learning is very much important, but without industry knowledge, it's not possible.
Hmm, hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
okay, I'm going to the slide once again.
sure,
Is
sure.
that yeah? Okay, I'm going to fast. Time is just a minute. Okay. Is it visible my screen?
Yes, yes, bro.
Okay, great. So now the another problem use case is the vendor selection, and it's very much important for the any supply chain domain or like that. So the vendor selection model, there the business challenge actually find the vendor, evaluate the method to facilitate and the objective unbiased selection process, and identify the key metrics vendor performance that the can help the your during negotiation with the vendor on the specific point, or robust and the find the robust framework that can be measure the vendor performance. So it was vendor selection. Obviously, we can provide the solution analytics analytical process. The age we can mention, and it's a prominent approach for the solving multi-criteria decision-making problem. And the method that method allows the incorporation of the judgment of intangibility qualitative criteria allows the tangible qualitative criteria. So it was help you avoid the conflict through collaborative decision making, and the generated repeated process the save time and measure the vendor performance among the peers and the across time. So vendor selection, I am not going to the deep, but mainly follow the some methodology like the stage, like the capability, process, packaging, pricing, and the quality. So under capability, we are considered as the supply desert quantity, under process management and the organization, some automation, delivery lead time, and the packaging, under packaging like the variety ACUE, variety of the delivered packaging, and the pricing management cost, minimum order quantity, credit period, and the quality, obviously the production quantity, and the some hygiene like that. So based on that, we have prepared the this model for the vendor selection. Now the another important problem, the it was common use case for the any industry like the sales forecasting. So mainly for the identify the scientific methodology accurate the predict your future sales volume is as a layman prospect, and they improve your target setting to identify the current market condition and the health impact of the customer sales. So the capacity utilization is the they are the next stage. We are obviously developed the forecast model, the statistical analysis tool. There we are using the ARIMA, auto-regressive indicated moving average, ARMA method, bar regression, bar model. So lots of time series modeling it was happening, and it was provide your predictive sales volume based on your critical demand drivers and improve your decision making for the structure the scenario analysis, and the mainly some identify the key events causal factor of the improve the sales like the demand metric trend, the seasonality as I mentioned the initially seasonality, randomness, and the some event like the suppose that it was in the sales promo event or the any festival season or the any competitive activity or like that some causal variable like the product price, some macroeconomic factor like the income, GDP, like that. So that is for the sales forecasting. Next, I can consider as a pricing recommendation. It was very much important in the FMGC industry. Impact mainly challenge for the impact of the sales for the giving change in the price elasticity we can consider. So pricing in pricing recommendation and the trade promotion we can consider both as a price promotion. So there we can check the build the pricing model to enable the effective pricing structure in the various product category and the optimize the pricing improvement exactly how much it will be priced at the preferred price. Obviously, if you reduce your price, your product will be sales high, but you will facing the loss. So the you need to find out the optimal price. So that kind of price promotion analysis, we can understand and improve the planning for the data driven pricing suggestion for the data sales and the incremental your contribution margin. So that is main our focus for the pricing recommendation and the trade promotion optimization both. Next is the sentiment analysis. It's very it was the high level machine learning we can consider as a NLP, natural languaging processing. So the sentiment analytics kind of the capture your customer feedback across the various social media platform and the derive the meaningful conclusion and which could be sent to the relevant function within the organization. That is our main business challenge and the how it was improve the brand strength and the engage with the customer in a meaningful way. So that is main our business challenge. So whenever you will check the any Facebook or the YouTube or the Twitter, you will write down the comment that no, I don't like this product. Yeah, I like this Colgate toothpaste. I like the taste. I like the color packaging. So that was kind of the sentiment analysis. Is kind of the positive sentiment or the negative sentiment. So it was called the NLP technology, as I mentioned. So analytic solution for based on that, we are web crawling the capture the unstructured data across the various social media platform and the text mining model mainly used for the passing conversation in the positive, neutral, and the negative bucket. And the or based on that we can simply feedback provide the stakeholder like the sentiment. It will be help to track the consumer behavior in the real time across the channel, monitor the online brand health, and also uncover the some levers that can be help the significant business impact. So it's very important, and it's a high level methodology we are using for the sentiment analysis for the neural network. Sorry, NLP, NLP technology, natural language processing. Next is the inventory optimization is a part of the supply chain. So there the business challenge is aligning the inventory planning, the forecast, and the execution capability across the organization based on the SKU location, the weekly, daily level improve the inventory forecast. And obviously, we use some statistical technique for the parting the inventory stock level versus the loss of sales scenario analysis and the develop the robust demand forecasting statistical modeling. And it was help you suggested the order quantity recommendation to reduce the out of stock frequency and the optimize the balance between the inventory stock and the loss of sales based on the economic and the competitive environment of the business. So mainly the FMGC company or the pharmaceutical company, manufacturing company, their supply chain domain use this inventory optimization project. Next is the product launch benchmark and the cannibalization is the another business challenge we can face the leverage the analytic identified factor for the new product success or not. Understand how sales will be contribute the margin of the new product should be benchmarked or like. So obviously here the lots of market research analytics is required based on the data we are collecting from the social media or like that or some questionnaire data or then the structure of some we can provide the indication whether the product launch, multiple analytics, and the modeling technique. Obviously, the recommendation and then we can provide some recommendation in here the each launch execution and some success for the any launching. It will be product will be improved or it will be good or not like that. Next is the price and pack analytics. It was also we can mention the if you can pricing promo related right brand and the packs price for the specific channel customer with the targeted consumer uh, related maybe modeling. We are using the package diversity pricing. The key value it will be increase your revenue across the portfolio, market share and the value share and the some right pack on the price by the outlet. Next is the project we can consider as a assortment as a assortment intelligence or it's mainly business challenge we can face for the track the competitors assortment and they are pricing dynamically real time to optimize the personal product portfolio and identify the product brand and the category where one has a unique advantage and any gap of the catalog for the any take decision to on the adding them overlap to price them at the extremely competitive rate. It's not too much famous, but obviously some FMGC company they use some real time price monitoring and analytics using advanced artificial intelligence. They use semantic analytics, some data mining, and the image recognizing algorithm. Some of them in the audience they ask for the use the neural network or like that. Obviously, here we use the some semantic image recognition algorithm like CNN or like that. Based on that, we use some trend analysis, trending what is popular or now, predictive the algorithm in order to sell the right and the product to the right time and the drop products and the cooling popularity. And it was provide the competition product assortment enables the company the quickly adjust how it will be on product mix and the pricing for the make profitability pricing decision to driver performance. So that is mainly yeah we can consider here the CNN or the neural network image processing related part, and it's a high level AI related project. And the last I can mention the multi-channel advertising analysis. So it's kind of considered as a MMM as I mentioned initially. So understand which combination of the ad will be exported into the influence the consumer make the purchase. For example, a TV ad can from the Google search or the mobile phone, or which can lead to the click-through rate, or how many the click you can click your rate, click your, or you can only check the YouTube full video, or just you can check the initial video, or you can jump or skip. So that kind of analysis we can understand based on that. It was very important for the digital marketing or the social marketing related. So it is one of the part for the campaign related or the MLM project. And it's very important because full video, suppose full advertisement is the 45 second or the 30 second, I can complete that ad only within a 2 or 3 seconds. So obviously I can jump or I can skip. So based on that, I can understand he or she not interested on that ad. So that kind of nature we can understand based on obviously it will be impact our sales. So that's it from my side for what kind of I can cover mainly for all of the use case, honestly speaking, because FMGC company use, but not use uh, all the use case. But this is the overall use case for the any FMGC company, and also some click through rate improvement, the click through rate, and we are also using some cognitive demand related project for the packaging, like the visibility. Is it really the package, whatever the toothpaste package we have prepared, packaging, is it really attractive for the customer or like that? So there we use the cognitive demand. So that is the high level AI project we are also working with that. Yeah, Modi.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Yeah, thank you for that. That was quite an exhaustive list of the use cases that you had mentioned. There is one more thing that I was very curious to ask is basically on the lines of I mean, so there are a ton of, as we look at it in the CPG industry particularly, various in the offline retail space also a lot of data science is being used. So could you talk about some use cases on that sector as well? In the offline retail space where and is that something which is implemented in some place like India as well? Not talking about inventory and all, but something which is more on the consumer side of things.
Offline means what you can mention? Means
So, for example, in the
so
so we have
offline, obviously, whenever I mention the customer development team, we are working with the customer development team. They are providing the price and promotion. That is the offline. It's not the
hmm,
online. MMM is the TV related campaigning. That is the online we can consider. But that's why I mentioned the BPL and the ATL below the media and the above the line. So offline, obviously, customer development team, they are understand the pricing promotion, it will impact on the ROI and the elasticity, like that. Some segmentation project, like the where the store, how many store will be the required, that any location wise. So suppose any pizza company, Domino's, whenever they launch any pizza company or any, they need to find out the proper place based on the beside the audience, like that. Similarly, we are also working some market researching, or if you launch any product, it will be really effective. Suppose in right now, suppose I am in our office location in the Mumbai Hiranandani Garden. So it is the one of the posh area in the India. So if you compare it with any other city like that, other location. So there, I can, if you are taking the question from their demography, from their, obviously I'm getting the another answer. They are mentioned, yeah, we are using the 200 rupees toothpaste. But if you can go into the any rural market, they can mention, no, no, we are only using the 10 rupees or the 20 rupees toothpaste. So based on the location, demography is the one of the major impact. So that's the reason. Obviously, we can also, initially I mentioned the rural India, one of the major challenges and the major our improvement for the rural scope, because in the small pack utility, we call the LTP, 10 rupees or the 20 rupees is a small pack. That was the more popular in the rural market. And obviously, some of the our toothpaste, like the very high demand toothpaste, like the 250 rupees or the 50-gram toothpaste is below or two. That was not the very popular in the rural market, but that was very popular in the top level, in the tier one city, and the who are very high level income, they can purchase that kind of product. So it was obviously the customer segmentation is very much important. You can't possible to the sell to the any product to the any location. Obviously initially, but we need to find out the targeting the location based, customer base, segmented based, age wise, everything.
okay, okay. Thank you. There is one question that I want to pick, which is by a community member. She asked, why do AI teams have to work on ads platforms when they themselves gives the analytics? Just curious. I think this is subject to the last bit that you mentioned about
Yeah.
multi-channel marketing.
Yeah, yeah. AI team means our Center of Excellence team. So Center of Excellence team is a very popular team and the high skill related employee are there in the Center of Excellence team in any company. So we are working together, marketing team, and the marketing team are the stakeholder, and their main project for the MMM, market mix modeling. So we are working with them for the ad related part, and also we are working some AI related project, as I mentioned, some cognitive demand, like the packaging related visibility, how it will, there we are using some cognitive demand. And the campaign related AI, we are using AI team ad platform, because without the marketing team, they can provide the business, they can provide the business solution on their decision. But the analytics, obviously, we are for the analytics domain. We can work the analytics and like that. So at platform, we can mention that we are getting the data from the Facebook, the Meta, and they are the ad we are receiving, how the exactly the time length or the length related. And as I mentioned, is it skipped or the non-skipped, or programmatic or the non-programmatic or the non-view. That kind of attribute we have checked. Also, we check for the YouTube video. On the YouTube video, there we are getting the data from the DB360. So every FMGC company, a media team, they have some media partnership with the some media partnership company. Like the WPP is the one of the world biggest company. Another group of M. So our company is related to the WPP company in the Redfields. They have provided the data for the park data for the our GRP for the advertisement. Which advertisement is the provide the ROI or the like that. So based on that. So that's the reason AI team for the analytics team working together with the ad platform with the media team on the like that WPP company.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think we're done with the questions.
Yeah,
It was great hosting you today, and I would really thank you a lot, Suvro, for being so kind
yeah,
to prepare that
yeah.
presentation and
Thank you
have
very much.
those. Uh, uh, I can clearly see that we uh, even you stayed back to elaborate on every single pointer that you had added on the
Yeah.
document. So thanks a ton for that. I am quite hopeful that the community enjoyed learning from you.
Yeah,
And
and anyone can contact my LinkedIn. My
Sure.
LinkedIn ID is Suvro Shankar Ghosh.
Okay.
As it was mentioned, Senior Data Science Manager in Colgate. So anyone can add. And if you have any question or anything, he or she can ask me. And also, you can ask me any question related to the next time because lots of new candidates who are interested to join the data science domain, not only the FMGC market, data science domain. So guidance is very important and the mentoring, how to do.
No, no, please go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So that kind of. So if you have any question or anything, please feel free to ask me anytime.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can also, for those of you who would probably want to find him, you can also check out DeFi's page. We'll be tagging him, so you can find him
yeah,
there also if you're already there. So thank you everyone who have attended the session today. I hope you really enjoyed this one. And again, thanks a lot, Sovro, for being with us
yeah.
today.
Thank you everyone
It
and
was
have a nice weekend. Yeah. Take care. Yeah. And would it just could you please stay for the 5 minutes or 2 minutes? I wanted to discuss with you one to one. Yeah, only.
sure, 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 sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you everyone. Yeah.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.